What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Don Rico from the Empyrean Empire. Just channeling a little bit of the dark side real quick, and I think it's necessary for this conversation because I've pumping upon something interesting. Sometimes, especially when I get it. Most of us are just regular people. We all have our own 9 to 5s. We all have to go to work and we have to do our own thing, right? How is it? And this is one of the most important questions that I've pondered. And I've pondered this for quite some time, even for years, but I don't really understand the psychology of it. And perhaps you guys can actually provide me some insight. And I'm just sharing my thoughts, don't mind me. Why is it that we are professionals and why is it that we are so disciplined and consistent and dedicated to showing up to our 9 to 5s, but we don't show that same discipline, that same dedication, and that same professionalism, so to speak, when it comes to the things that we are truly passionate about, the things that are going to truly push the needle for us, and the things that's going to enable us to be more successful and have a greater return on investment or greater ROI when it comes to anything long term in our lives, whether it be future career prospects, future money to be made, maybe an extra income stream, or your dream job, or just your dreams in general. Anything. We don't show up that same energy with that. However, when it comes to our 9 to 5s, jobs that the data which shows that the majority of people here, especially here in America, actually do not like their 9 to 5s, and all of this, like, complaining about burnout and career prospects, and I get it. All of those can be legitimate in its own right, but this isn't a video about burnout and about like how much people hate their 9 to 5, so to speak. My question is, why is it that we do not put the same energy towards our dreams? Why is it that we can't show up consistently for our dreams the way that we show up consistently for our jobs? Why is it that we do not apply the same energy for our dreams and our whatever it is that we're working on our side, the things that's going to give us a greater ROI, and we are putting that more effort in our jobs, our 9 to 5s, that we all claim that we hate and dislike so much? And I get it. We have to make ends meet. I get it. We have to survive. We have to eat. We have to pay for rent. Like it's all like rent is due. It's almost the beginning of the month again, and we got bills and expenses and etc. I get all that, right? Again, the question is, why do not we apply the same energy towards the things that's actually going to move the needle for us long term? The things that give us actually real value, internal value, the things that we actually love to do. And I'm not just saying do these for recreational reasons. I'm not talking about like, just playing video games or doing this or engaging or like going out with friends and stuff like that. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about like things that you may actually want to do in the future, that you want to figure out how to monetize, whether it be content creation, whether it be utilizing your baking skills and like you kind of selling whatever desserts or sweets that you have, or just offering a service or a product that you want to build up on the side, a side hustle, a side business, etc. Why are we not putting in the same energy with that when we as much as we pay it into our regular 9 to 5 jobs? That's the question I want to ask. And I get it. Maybe the survival how should I say, maybe the survival aspect of it does play a key role. I just find it crazy, almost hilarious, that there are people who drag their feet into work and they're bummed out like, oh, I have to come to work, or oh, I'm here and this and that. Again, why don't we show the same level of dedication to our side hustles, to our side businesses, and whatever it is that we want to do, our passions, and monetize them on the side? Or monetizing the skills that we are good at or alternative skills that we have. And that it can be of value, or we could freelance or create a side business from it. I don't understand it. I don't understand, like, and this is why I put so much energy, like, for example, into my own fitness lately, because and I've been consistent on this for years. It's part of selling yourself as to who it is that you are. Like we're all, and this is a whole nother video, but we're all in sales, whether we realize it or not. Again, I guess the question I'm trying to ask is, why don't I should say, why don't we put the same level of discipline, dedication, and consistency when it comes to the things that matter to us most? We can't be consistent in the gym when we want to be healthy or lose weight, but we can be consistent to our 9 to 5 jobs that we hate so much. We could be consistent with our 9 to 5 jobs, but we can't be consistent towards being more consistent when it comes to content creation, for example. And I think one of the mindset shifts that also kind of have to have is that we actually realize it's a second job, and it's kind of like its own, barrier to entry. It kind of provides its own sense of inertia. And I mean, I understand it. Who wants to do extra after a long day of work, right? But that's what truly separates you from everybody else. The willingness to make the sacrifice and do the things that you want to do on the side when you're or doing the things that you want to do really when you're tired, when you don't feel like doing it. I think those are the separators. I think that's one of the main things that weeds out those who are able to actually achieve more and actually do more and actually earn more, as opposed to those who just come home when they're tired and they acknowledge they're tired. Oh, I don't have time. And this, technically, you do have time. I mean, if I was a fly on the wall and I were to actually analyze your life, I can point out instances where you actually had time and you could like put aside 15 to 30 minutes a day. At the very least, start the barrier low so that you can become more consistent and you don't feel as much resistance as you did before when you just first started. And it becomes easier to actually go through with it. Why don't we put that same level of discipline, consistency, innovation, energy towards the things that actually truly matter to us? And listen, to be fair, maybe your career actually does matter to you and you are putting that energy and that is what you're trying to go for and you are trying to go up in corporate America, etc. Cool. Do you? That's awesome. And I hope that you actually become successful at that. I'm talking about this video is mainly for those who complain about, oh, they don't have time to do certain things. Oh, they're too tired to go to the gym, or they don't have time to work on the things that truly matter to them. I mean, largely you do. You just don't make time. You don't create a calendar around it. You're not leveraging your time efficiently, is what I'm saying. The separation between those who become elite and those who stay average is time management. And just the willingness to do the things that you have to do when you don't want to do them. That's pretty much it. We could do this to our 9 to 5s, we could do this to our jobs, but we can't do this to the things that we are actually passionate about, the things that we want to do for ourselves. At some point, guys, you're going to have to move away from survival and actually embrace thrival. We have we have to move into the mentality in which, how am I going to thrive? At some point, you have to move beyond survival. You have to move beyond survival. Otherwise, you'll continuously be stuck in this hamster wheel and you're not going to actually wonder or realize what could have been because you were just willing to stay stuck here. You were on this treadmill of life thinking that, oh, I just need to go to work and make money and that's it. And that's where a lot of the burnout comes to play. That's where a lot of the frustration comes to play because you're not earning as much money as you want to earn, A. And then B, you're continuously putting your life into something that's not actually giving you any degree of fulfillment. But then you will say you're too tired because your 9 to 5 job or your job has zapped all of your mental energy away from you and you're emotionally drained and whatnot. At some point, you're going to have to learn to push through that. You're going to have to learn to push through that, and you need to shift your mentality. That your 9 to 5 job is a means to an end. That's how you have to think about it. You have to think about it as a means to an end. It's not the main goal. It's not the main project. It's not the main thing. It's just a means to an end. It's just a way for you to feed your face until you can make the proper transition to monetize off the skills that you do have so that you can actually move full time into that, to things that actually truly move you. But until then, we remain professionals at our 9 to 5 jobs, whether we're actually professional on the job, and that's a whole nother conversation. We at least show up. I think that's the takeaway that I want you to actually have. We show up when it comes to our jobs, but we do not show up for ourselves the way that we need to for ourselves. So I just want to leave you with this. The separation between those that, part of the separation between those who have and those who have not, because at the end of the day, it's a spiritual warfare and it's a class warfare. The separation between those who have and have not, or at least one of them, is the willingness to do what needs to be done. It's the willingness to have the mindset of thrival rather than survival. You have to be able to make the sacrifice. You have to be willing to make the sacrifice to get to wherever it is that you want to go. Whether you be sacrificed going out with friends, partying, vacations, etc. Most people are unwilling to make those sacrifices. Sacrifices, time management, and the willingness to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. If you could do that consistently, because we could do this when it comes to our jobs, but if we could do this consistently for ourselves, slowly but surely, you'll start to bridge the gap between you and your dreams. That much I can assure you. So I just want to leave y'all with that, all right? It's your boy Don Rico from the Imperial Empire signing off, calling it a night. Deuces, everyone.